Right, thanks guys for tuning in. Welcome back to another episode of Wizbit's Random Gaming. And something I don't do too often, I should do more of these, is showing you my pickups and that kind of thing. Slight difference to my pickups today. I'm going to be showing you what games I'm currently playing. The backlog is absolutely huge, as with any collector, they'll tell you. You'll never get through your entire backlog, but I'm just going to go through some games that I'm currently rotating and playing through. Only the physical ones, not so much the digital ones, because I can't really show you them. So I've got a bundle of games here. I'm the kind of gamer that I shouldn't be like this, but I should play a game all the way through. I keep rotating, swapping and swapping. God knows why, but it's just one of them things I do. I'm sure we all do it to a degree. So I'll go through a few Nintendo Switch games that I've got here that I'm currently playing through. And then I've got a batch of Xbox stuff here and PS2 stuff. Now a lot of these I've picked up recently. Some of them I'm playing for the first time. Some of them I'm playing for the second or third time around. Previously owned them and just wanted to get them back into the collection purely to play them. I'm one of those collectors that doesn't just sit and look at their games. There's nothing wrong with that, but I buy not only to collect but also to play the products as well. So let's start off with the Nintendo Switch games that I'm currently playing, and this one I picked up from CEX. It's currently £8, so if you find it in your local, well worth a pickup. Even with the postage at $2.99, I'd still say it's well worth it. And that is Songbird Symphony. Now this is a very cute little platformer game, and it's very dependent on timing and musical notes and stuff like that. It starts off quite easy, quite fun, but definitely the more you get into it, it gets quite complex, and yeah, my old man fingers are struggling to keep up at times. So yeah, £8, Songbird Symphony. I think it's a really good game. I know a couple of people I talked to also rate it as well. I've had my eye on it, but after talking to them, that's definitely what convinced me to go ahead and make the purchase. So yeah, very happy with that. And if you see it in your local or any shop, or even second hand on Vinted or eBay at a good price, definitely pick that one up. It's definitely worth the money. So I got this one only today. It came through the post. I've bought most of the other games featuring this franchise on the Switch, so I thought I'd follow suit and carry on with this one just being released, and that is Turtles: Wrath of the Mutants. Now this one is based pretty much on the Nickelodeon era of Turtles, and wasn't, obviously at my age, it wasn't something I used to watch. I grew up watching the original TV show from the 80s into the early 90s, so that's the kind of variation of the Turtles that I know. However, this, I believe, used to be an arcade game that's been ported over to the various systems that we currently have out today, and I picked it up on the Switch purely for the portability aspect of it. So I could play it when everyone else is watching TV and so and so. And I played it today, and I will say it's a fun little game, quite easy. Although I did try it on easy, and I will be playing it on normal and then hard, etc, etc. It is aimed at a younger market, I will definitely say that, and it is a lot of fun, but it is quite easy, and I anticipate the game not getting that much more difficult when I go into the normal and hard modes. From what I've read, it doesn't really change the gameplay aspect of it. You just kind of have less lives. For example, on easy you'll start with 4, on normal you'll start with 3, and on hard you'll have 2. So I don't anticipate it being too difficult, and I'm looking forward to getting through it. I will finish it really soon, I can see that. And I won't be trading it in, I will keep it just to have pretty much the full collection of Ninja Turtle games on the Switch. So onto this one. A friend of mine on one of my Discord channels that I go on. Shout out to the Ghetto Gang, big up the Retro Ghetto. Fantastic Discord. It's slowly bankrupting me, but I can't complain because everyone that takes part on there, I think, is slowly heading for bankruptcy. And this one was found in Game of all places. Now obviously Game, I've seen loads of deals where they're just trying to get rid of stock, and this must have been one of those examples. This guy found it, posted it on the Discord, asked if anyone wanted it. I snapped it up straight away at this price. It was $9.99. Sorry, hang on, I think it might have been cheaper than that. Sorry, £9. And that is the Night Witch. So the Night Witch, I've been playing it. It is a lot of fun, and it comes with a nice little card there, and a series of collector's cards, which I didn't notice until just now. It's kind of a twin stick shooter. It's got Metroidvania elements. This is kind of the best way I can describe it, but it's quite an intriguing game. Haven't played it for a little while because other games have been coming into the collection, but I will be going back to this. It's definitely worth the money I paid for it, £9. And I've seen it out and about for around 20 to 25, and to be honest with you, it's probably worth that as well. I would have probably picked it up at that price, but for £9, really happy with that, the Night Witch. Now this is one I'm really enjoying at the moment. Need to get back into it. Haven't put half the time into the game that I believe I should have done in the last week or so, but I've had my eye on it for a good few months, and I saw it on the PS5 and the Xbox, and it was a little bit too, the price was too high for my liking, what I think I would have got out of the game. However, I was in CEX close to where I work, up in Tottenham Court Road, and I saw it recently on the Switch, £7 cheaper than what it goes for on the Xbox, at $14.99, and that game is Killer Frequency. Now this is a lot of fun. It's a horror game, obviously. It's very much set in the 80s. It's got that whole vibe about it. Definitely a lot of comedy in it as well, so it's not just all screams, jumps and that kind of thing. And anyone that's around about my age, or maybe a film buff out there, if you've seen Play Misty for Me, definitely borrows from that Clint Eastwood film quite heavily. It's set in a radio station, and you're basically the police operator for the night when all the calls are transferred to you and a serial killer returns to your small town. So as the calls keep coming through to you throughout the course of the night, you've got to guide these people to get away from the serial killer and try and save as many as you can. I started off really well. I turned it off when people started dying quite frequently. I wasn't saving people, so I thought, let me give up while I'm ahead and I'll get back on it. But $14.99, and if I'm not mistaken, I think it might have even gone down a little bit more in CEX recently. I'll have to double check that. But Killer Frequency on the Nintendo Switch, available on the PlayStation 5 as well, and I believe the Xbox. But yeah, definitely worth picking up. It's a lot of fun. Now here's one, I got it off eBay for $9.99 with postage paid. Great deal straight away, and I saw a collector's edition of this for about £30-40, which prompted me to start looking at the gameplay. It's kind of a beat 'em up. It's like a mecha beat 'em up, and it looked okay, but I thought, I don't know, I don't really want to be paying £30-40 for it. I don't think it looks that kind of game. But then when I was looking on eBay to see if I could see any variations of the game at a cheaper price, I found it for $9.99, and that was with free postage, and that is Psychotics Colossus Down. So yeah, this one is a very sort of cel-shaded animated game, very cartoon reminiscent, and you play a 9-year-old girl or 7-year-old girl who invents her own mecha. And goes around just absolutely destroying everyone, and that's it in a nutshell really. It is a beat 'em up. It's got a nice few combo moves in it, and it's got a bit of humour to it as well, and yeah, for £10 $9.99 posted. I'm having a lot of fun with this. Me and my middle son, we was both playing it, and he was enjoying the smashing the hell out of anything aspect of it. You know, you go around and you take on the army, and the general of the army is very reminiscent of a man that's on trial at the moment, Mr. Trump. So yeah, and I don't think that was by a mistake either. But yeah, Psychotics, Colossus down. Now, one I've only had a couple of goes on, and I found recently again for $12.99, quite cheap in CEX, is Dodgeball Academia. It's got quite a story in this for just a dodgeball game as it goes. Again, I've not played a great deal of it. I only had 1 or 2 goes. Really enjoying it. I think I've played it on the PlayStation Network. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's on there as well. But yeah, need to get into this one a little bit more. I haven't really played it a great deal, like I said, but I thought I'd include it in the video as it is something I've played once or twice. Definitely going to be playing more of it in the upcoming weeks. So that's Dodgeball Academia. So we'll head on to more classic games now. Your PS2, your Xbox, your 360 sort of stuff that I've been delving either back into or things that I'm only playing for the first time. And one of the games that I picked up recently, I used to have it, I think everyone's had this in their collection at one point, is God of War. So I played God of War 1 and God of War 2 years ago. Obviously wasn't collecting as much then, sold them on, and I had this urge to go back through the franchise, starting with 1 and obviously 2, which I've also picked up but have yet to begin playing again. I've got the PlayStation 3 games, which I didn't really put much time into at all during the time of their release, and that was because I was more of a 360 gamer rather than a PlayStation 3, so I kind of missed out on a lot of them, if I'm totally honest. So God of War, I'm having a lot of fun with this. This is one of the games I'm playing a lot of right now, and the memories are great, nostalgia is great, and the gameplay is just as good as ever. Now, another game I picked up recently, £1.50 in CEX, and I anticipate this one going up in value quite soon. Now, I didn't know when I picked it up a week or 2 ago that it was being removed from the Xbox store very soon, and that is Capcom's Dark Void. I've had a quick go of this, haven't really got into it too much, and yeah, it doesn't seem like a bad game. For me, I think, if I remember rightly, it didn't sell a great deal when it first came out. Capcom wasn't in the best place as a company around about this time, and at £1.50 can't go wrong. And like I say, this is probably going to go up in value at some point, and when I found it, I had no idea that it was coming off of the store. It's only when I was talking to other people that they've said to me, yeah, that's probably going to be shooting up in recent weeks. So let's see what the future holds for this game. Will it shoot up like Spec Ops did? I think the craze with Spec Ops is going down a little bit now. It's now gone from £28 on the Xbox to £22, so I think, you know, CEX realised, as much as collectors will jump on that game, it's that FOMO thing, fear of missing out. The demand wasn't there, so the price is coming down. It's settled a little bit. So let's see what happens with this one, Dark Void, on the Xbox 360. I picked this one up the other day. It's another game I've owned before, but I was doing a video for the channel trying to get free games on certain systems for £10. That video will be coming soon, and I picked this one up because I thought it was pretty good value for the money, and it's one of them games you can always just put into your system, play it for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, however long you want, and you're going to have a good time. And it's the same with any of the games in this franchise. I think I've owned them all at one point and kept selling them, and I'm going to try and bring them all back in to the collection now. I think maybe 1 or 2 that I need to get back in, and that is Dead or Alive 4. it is what it is. If you've played a Dead or Alive game, you know what it's all about. It's a fun fighting game, probably one that doesn't get the recognition it deserves. I think a lot of with Dead or Alive gets overshadowed by the whole volleyball type graphics, you know, that we all see. There's some seriously devoted fans out there, let's just say that. And for £2.50, I've already been playing it a couple of times. I beat the living hell out of my kids on it, and yeah, they've told me they don't like the game, and I know why. So another series that I've never really put much time into. I've seen them on Game Pass, Xbox Live, a few of them. I've tried them out and never really got into it. And again, it goes back to the Discord, the Ghetto gang that I'm in with the Retro Ghetto and fellow other YouTubers and, how do we say it, other YouTube watchers. There's loads of us in there. There's probably close to 100 people in that Discord now. And yeah, a lot of people started talking about the Godfather series and the Mafia series, which one was better. I would always say the Godfather. I love that game. So much so that I picked up Godfather 2, which I've never played. That will be coming up soon. And the Mafia series is one that came up, and a lot of people in there have been playing through the Mafia series, specifically Mafia 2. And for that reason I thought, you know what, let me see what they're all about, give them a proper go. And I've been playing Mafia 1. I've got the Mafia 2 and 3 as well, sitting waiting to go, but I tried Mafia 1 first, and yeah, enjoying it a hell of a lot. The mechanics are not too bad, they haven't aged that badly. I believe number 2 is the far superior game, but yeah, I'm going to get through as much of this as I possibly can before we delve into Mafia 2, which does admittedly look the far superior game. Now here's a game I used to have on the OG Xbox. I got so far into it. I think it was a time I was either unemployed or I was on annual leave many years ago. And yeah, I was playing it on the 360, it was backwards compatible. And I got to the second and final boss, I think. And I just gave up. It was just one of them bosses I just couldn't beat for love nor money. But, you know, I saw a really mint copy of it, £15 in CEX on the PS2. And for the condition, I thought I'd pull the trigger. I think this game will probably only go up in price. It won't drop, I don't believe. And if it does drop, it won't be a significant amount. So I thought, why not? And that is The Punisher. Now for me, I was playing this recently, and it holds up so well. The controls, the action, everything about this game is just as good as I remember playing it the first time around. I'm having an absolute blast with this game, and I'm determined to actually complete this game this time around. So fingers crossed. This is the one I'm probably playing the most of out of the games that I've shown you. I'm determined to beat the Russian. That was the boss that thwarted me last time. So final 2 games that I'm currently playing through. I told you it's a lot, isn't it? I keep rotating. How on earth am I supposed to finish any of these games at this rate? I picked this up for £4 at CEX. It passed me by in the original PS2 era, and that is Ghost Hunter. It's a really good game. The controls are a little bit ropey, especially on the right analog stick when you're trying to aim your gun, but I think I just need to get used to it. I think that's just, you know, me. I don't think it's the game. Let me know if I'm wrong on that front. But so far so good. It's cheesy as hell. Very reminiscent, I guess, of a violent Ghostbusters. But yeah, for £4, excuse me, and the condition is really good. Everything's in there. I don't envision this one going up in price anytime soon, but it's definitely one that I was quite pleased to pick up, and I'd had my eye on it for a while, and then one day I just went ahead, pulled the trigger because I was watching a YouTube video, and I thought, why have I been sitting waiting on that game for so long? It looks really good. And the last game, I don't even know how to pronounce this. I can't show you it I have to actually read the case letter by letter. It's Cyveria. Cyveria. Now this is relatively cheap on the PS2 at £12 for a shmup, and I've been playing it recently, and it's really good. A little bit slow, I would say, compared to some of the shooters, shmups that I've played in the past or played ever, but it's still a really good game. And when you consider £12 for a shmup on the PS2, that's a bargain, because that's one genre on the PS2 that prices tend to, you know, they've never been low, and they're only going up. So if you do see a shooter on the PS2 at a good price, I would definitely recommend picking that up. And at this one at £12, I think it's a really good deal. It's up there with those bargains that you find on a PS2, like Steel Dragon EX. I think that's like £7 at CEX. That's a really good game. There's not many shmups out there that you can get on the cheap on the PS2. So at £12, I consider that one a bargain. So there you have it. That's the games I'm currently flipping and flopping through at the moment. Let me know if there's any games in there that you've played, anything that you've finished, anything that you think I shouldn't have bought and I'm completely wrong about. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And also, just to let you know, my next video that I do, I will be announcing the winner of an NTSC copy of Okami on the PS2 that I recently did a giveaway for, and that video will be out over the course of the weekend. So thank you all guys for watching. You guys take care, and I'll see you on the next video.